And Ukrainian refugees around the world are watching those negotiations closely, hoping they lead to peace. Angela Savenko is a Ukrainian citizen who relocated to Chicago during the war, and she's here now to share her family story. Angela, thank you for coming on. First, let me say I'm so sorry for what you and your family have been through.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's really heartbreaking to see all this news and just to remember all this shocking, traumatic experience we had in Ukraine.
Now, both you and your husband's parents are still, your husband's parents are still in Ukraine. Have you heard from them after this latest attack?
Yeah, every morning started from checking news, and then I checked some message from there. And every morning it's just how are you? Are you alive? Yeah, my parents and the parents of my husband are okay, kinda. This is my house.
What are they telling you about what it's like there right now? Angela, what do your parents say about what it's like in Ukraine right now?
My parents tried to keep positive as far as they could, and they tried to avoid any conversation with me about war because my kids had a depressive disorder caused by anxiety, and that's why they tried to not to share any traumatic news with kids during our video. But via text message, they always said this is a terrible, sleepless night. We were hiding, a lot of bombs, a lot of drones, even without air alarm. You know, if they live in very close territory to occupied territory, and sometimes the air alarm starts off after the rocket had been launched.
Now, this is your first interview. Why are you deciding to speak out now?
It's important for Ukraine to spread the word about everything is going on. Even if I here in the United States, my heart's still in Ukraine, and it's every morning we kind of cry because of kids dying.
You moved to Chicago in February of 2024. What was it like making that decision to leave Ukraine and come to America?
We had been spent around a year and a half in Ukraine, and after a sleepless night, after bombing, we spent around 20 nights, night by night, in a bomb shelter. I couldn't sleep before 2 a.m. because as usual around between 2 a.m. and 3 p.m. The strike started, and I always grabbed my kids around to bomb shelter. And one day I realized that it's too hard for them because kids always asked, are we gonna die? What going on next? If missile launched our house, could we could we die after rubbles? And it's really complicated to answer this question, especially if this question was asked by kids of 4 or 6 years old.
Yeah, I mean, hard enough to explain this to adults, let alone to children. I know you also work with a nonprofit that helps Ukrainians who fled to the U.S. to get acclimated. What is it like for you and others adjusting to this new life?
You know, I thought our process of adjusting could be much harder, but here I met really open-hearted people, not only Americans, but Ukrainians. I work for Self-Reliance Association, and in Chicago, we helped a lot. All our services are free for Ukrainians, and during the war, we have been helped more than 35,000 of Ukrainians. And it's really helped to just hear and realize that my life matters something, that I could help my compatriots and my fellow Ukrainians who fled from bomb and came here without understanding English, and they're trying to find someone who could help them. And they, as soon as they opened our doors, they said, oh my God, we can speak Ukrainian here, we can You can help us with documents. You can give us some pieces of advice. And this is really help for me and for my coworkers to just understand that we are not for, I believe, just for help, just to help them.
All right, Angela Savenko, we appreciate your time today. Wishing you and your family safety. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for your time.